Hello, my name is Rich, aka cruelbrit, and this is the League of Gaming Gentlemen. Cue music!
It's time for the League of Gaming Gentlemen.
Play ball!
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yay!
What is that? I can't whistle.
I know, I'd love to be able to do
I
that.
can't do a whistle. Hello, everybody. My name's Rich, aka cruelbrit, and this is the League of Gaming Gentlemen. We are back in full effect for month 3 of the exciting podcast that I hope you've all been listening to. All 3 of you. Welcome.
Well, we got some demographics.
Exactly. Before we crack on and introduce you to the players, let me tell you what this lovely podcast is all about. I was about to say stupid podcast. Of course, it's not a stupid podcast. Let me tell you what it is all about.
Way for self-promotion there, Rich.
Exactly. It is a league. We are gentlemen and we play games, and that is as simple as it gets. So every single month we are playing against each other in a challenge to win the famed and still yet uncreated log trophy, which I think will be available when Dave makes it. So we'll see.
Fuck it, I'm not making it.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
well, anyway, so what we'll go. Let me tell you what we're going to go through today. First of all, we're going to do a bit of an intro, go around to the guys, see what they've been playing, what they've been up to this month. Then we're going to do an F1 catch up.
Oh God!
As much as Duane loves that,
wait for this.
a little bit of a reprise. There's been a few weeks since we recorded, so quite a lot's gone on in F1. So Duane, cup of tea for yourself there. Then we will cover this month's challenge, which is Overcooked 2. What joy that is. We'll have a abomination of a game, exactly.
I liked it.
We'll have a yeah.
I liked
Well,
it.
we'll see how she likes it. Fair
Don't
enough.
let that
We-
fool you into thinking the result is set in stone there for listeners.
Anyway, let's not blow
No
the reason why
spoilers.
we come in here. We will have a quick discussion about what we're going to do about real life challenges, because we said we do one every 3 months, and it is 3 months, so it's time to open that can of worms. And then, of course, we'll end with everyone's favourite section, the most exciting section of all, that is Reveal the Wheel. And I know Dave has been working tirelessly day and night to surprise us on what the wheel can reveal today.
The pressure.
So-
The pressure.
Exactly. So that's the running order, guys. We're going to try and run for about 1 hour 20, if that's good with everyone. So let me go around the room from left to right, Mr. Stuart Whitehouse. How the devil are you,
I'm
sir?
all right. I'm good because I've been out. I've been to a pub, so I don't know.
Lucky
Ah,
bastard.
I-
Stu.
I don't know.
Oh my
I went to
God.
a pub and they served me beer, and I didn't know what to do. I was all confused. I ended up tipping it over.
What
my
was the setup? I mean, how lockdown was it? Was it?
Well,
we, I mean, were you touching each other
No,
and
me,
you
me
know?
and my mate, Malcolm Salty, who might have played with him online before. So we basically, it was the last minute, so we didn't book anywhere. We tried to book places. Everybody says no, we're fully booked. So I was like, okay. So we went to his house, and we go, well, no. What we'll do, we'll start off from your house. We'll walk towards
Yeah.
my house, and if we get in a pub on the way, brilliant. If not, we're just going in my back garden and get the log fire on.
Right.
Just get the wood burner on the go. So, but the first pub we came to, we went in. It was wonderful, and they sat us down into a chair and to the seats outside, and they bring us lager,
Yep.
and we paid for them. And then we went, oh, should we try a look again? And then we went for a bit longer, and there's a pub right by my house called the Red Lion, and it is amazing. It's so good, and that one is notoriously booked, fully booked for months. We could just walk in, and there was a seat there for us. It was wonderful. And
Did Salty bottle anyone?
no. But I had some lovely Guinness. Oh, Guinness in a pub is so nice. Oh, and lots of
Yeah.
brownie at pub as well. So that was my big thing. My big announcement is out. Now I don't know whether we're going out again soon. I mean, it is my birthday on in a few days' time, so I don't know whether we're going
excited.
out. I know,
Excited.
so.
How does it feel to be hitting that big age
60.
of?
70. That's all right. I'll look all right for 70.
No, I asked your age, not your IQ.
I'm
Here for the jobs.
I think I'll be 48. I think because I never remember. All right.
That's good. That's good because you fall well in the demographics of the Logbox.
You're in there, man.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
are
there
in
listening to.
You
myself.
should listen to us. You are perfectly in. You are well in our zone, mate. There you go.
No, but I'm really good and playing, and I'm doing the typical thing. I am waiting for Mass Effect to come out, so I'm playing little things. And at the moment, because I bought it straight after the Year of Challenge, what we all did together, I bought Vanquish in January, and that's what I've been playing. It's been wonderful.
Oh, I love Vanquish.
Hard as nuts, and some of it is like when you control the bloke, you just want to punch his lights out because he
Remind
controls
me
like
what Vanquish is. Have you spoken about this before?
Yeah. It's third-person action shooter.
Robot shooter.
Yeah, it's like
It's
a
a
bullet
robot.
hell.
It's insane, but it's amazing.
Yeah, and you slide everywhere, and you can slow down time, and you got lots of different guns and power-ups, and you got lots of robots which are just annoying. But yeah, it's really good. Actually, I
Right.
so like it because it looks like you're in the Citadel. You're fighting in the Citadel in Mass Effect. It looks like because you know the big round tundra thing. You're
It's a giant space
God,
cylinder.
everything's the Mass Effect.
Yeah. It's a great game, honestly. If you see it cheap, or it comes on PS now, I'll play it. It's really. I think
Is
you'd
it
really like it.
Is it PS3?
It was, but it's a PS4 remake. I've got the remake, and you would love it, Dave. Actually, it's definitely your kind of game.
It's your kind of game, definitely. Dave.
Yeah. So that's what really I've been playing. Oh, and obviously F1, which we'll talk about. And no, actually, I played Overcooked 2, and that probably shows. But anyway, we'll get onto that as well. But now,
But so on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Mass Effect, and why are you so excited?
you've met me before, haven't you?
I know. I just want to know again. I just want to know
I
again.
am a 10.
I've
I am a 10 for excited about it because it is the game what made me get back into games. Mass Effect 2 was the game what I thought I had a massive 10-year lull of not playing any games because I just didn't even think of them. And then somebody showed me Mass Effect 2 and it just blew me away. So my entry point.
What blew you? What are you expecting from this release?
Oh no, I'm not expecting anything because I've played
mean,
the games many times anyway, but I'm expecting like just better graphics, stable frame rate and all that, and just the whole package in one. So I'll just take my time and wash myself in Mass Effect.
He wants to have sex with.
Come on.
Shadow.
Well, he is. He's just he is. Is this just sexy time you're
No,
after?
not at
Is
all.
it? Who are you looking to nail? Who's going to be your first victim?
Nail.
You know what?
You're gonna
Yeah.
nail
I
it.
never-
I never nailed Gareth, so I might go for him because he was
Gareth?
Gareth.
Gareth.
Gareth. And so I don't know. I don't plan it for that. I love the story. I love the world. I love the music. I love the art. I just love the game. It's brilliant. First game though. Actually, to be fair, I think I'm more excited though about Mass Effect 1 because I got to say I didn't really like Mass Effect 1. So my entry point was at Mass Effect 2, and then I played Mass Effect 1 about 4 years later because it was never released on the PlayStation. It was on Xbox first, and it was a bit of this is a bit naff. So, but they've done a lot of rework to Mass Effect 1, so I'm very excited over that one.
Okay, so what's the date of the release
14th
of
of
that
May.
then? 14th of May. So give us a little insight into the Stuart Whitehouse ritual. 7 a.m. 14th of May. What happens? Is it coming on disc?
Calls
Is
in
it being downloaded?
I have ordered it on.
Are you dressing up in costume?
No.
What are
I
you
have
doing?
ordered it on disc, so because I can get it for £34. So I thought I'm going to save a bit of money, and no doubt it'll
Okay.
be on download one day, and I'll probably get it on that as well.
And you could sell it on.
No.
2 days later when you
I've
realise
already
it's
got. I
the
think
same
it's really
game.
sad. I've already got it. You know the picture you got me as well. I
Yes.
might actually just
Yeah.
put the box next to it as well.
Oh right, okay.
So no, I don't know what it is. It's a game now. I just want to play and enjoy and relax with. I want to take my time. I want this game is going to be a good 6-monther for me. I can't
Right.
wait. I really can't wait.
So it's gonna fill
I'm
the
gonna
void of
platinum
assassins, basically, is
Fuck out
it?
of this game.
Yeah, bitch, yeah, you go on, boy.
3 platinums all in one.
Brilliant.
Oh, it's all 3 games and all the DLC.
Yeah,
so I
apart
think
from
it's
one
everything, the whole
piece
package.
of DLC, which I've never played anyway because it wasn't on the PlayStation. It was Xbox DLC.
Yeah.
But because they had a problem with it, they couldn't find it, or they couldn't find the source code for it, or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's a good, I'd say, 200-hour plus content there already. Just
Wow.
and people are moaning, oh, they're paying £70. It's 3 fucking games with all the DLC, and they're good quality games as well, in my opinion. So
Yeah. I mean, is it a total rebuild of it? But is it? I mean, because I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's that. No, it's not on that level.
And that is
No, it's not that.
You know, I didn't
What
know
it
that's
is,
a total
It
rebuild
is
of the
fixing
game.
bugs, bringing Mass Effect 1 because it was so disjointed from Mass Effect 2 and 3. So they've brought the combat and those kind of, and the inventory a little bit up to scratch with them. So when you play all 3 together, they are quite similar. Like so.
Yep.
And it's a graphical overhaul and things like that. So.
Okay.
And you can play them all on a PS4 or PS5, which I'll be playing them on, obviously. But
Obviously.
annoyingly, there's no PS5 patch. But
There is no better console for paying PS4
there isn't
games
than
than
the
PS5.
PS5. It's one of the greatest for that, yeah.
It's the best
Yeah.
PS4 console I've ever had.
No, but
Yeah, anyway.
that's enough for me. I've been rambling on too long. But yes, pub and looking forward to Mass Effect.
Pub and Mass Effect. Well, you got it going on, brother. Yeah. Okay. James Yarwood,
All right.
you beautiful man. What have you been up to this month? What have you done? Have you been out?
I was out, sort of out. I went to not the weekend. Well, not the weekend just gone. The weekend before was my dad's 60th. So
Right.
I went to a pub down in Axmouth, which is near Axminster,
Yeah.
which is near Budley Salterton.
Where the carpets are from?
Yeah. And
Budley Salterton,
Very excited.
That's actually very close to where I was from.
that's where my
That's-
dad lives.
there's-
My dad
There's
lives in
lots
East
of old
Budley.
people. Lots of old
Yes.
people live in Budley Salterton.
It's nice. It's nice down there. I like
Yeah.
it down there.
It is nice. It is nice.
Yeah, went to a really nice pub. Had a steak. No jokes about salt and pepper. You bastards.
We weren't gonna. We'd done that joke,
It's
mate.
old now. It's old.
But it was
Don't pick it up again. It's
but
old
it was a
hat.
steak. So it was surf and turf steak and 3 tiger prawns. But cooked. I cooked them myself on a hot stone.
And did you manage?
No, shut the fuck up.
Did you go back the day before? Did you go? You went there the first day to put the marinade on it, so I'll be back in 24 hours.
Stick some salt on that bad boy.
I'll be back.
I'll
is how
be
it's
back
done.
tomorrow.
Marinade that bitch.
That's
Excellent. So you went to a restaurant and cooked your own
my
food.
Yeah. And I cooked it
The
very
privilege of barbecuing in someone else's house,
well.
basically.
Well, in someone else's garden. It was good. It was nice. I had my first beer outside. I only had one because I had to drive back.
Yeah.
Which was a nice otter ale. Very partial to
Oh, I
ale.
like an otter. I do like an otter
Yeah.
ale. They're good.
That's what I'm drinking right now, in fact.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Gems. That's Bath
Is
Ales, is it? Bath Ales?
Is that Bath Ales? Is it? Bath Ales are good.
Yeah, Bath Ales.
Lovely.
Is it? It must be.
Why do Bath ale?
It's no wonder our demographic is fucking what it is. Isn't it? Fucking
But
hell.
it's all real ale
Right.
and pubs and walks and all fabulous
And I
middle
was
aged
about to
stuff.
say
Brilliant.
that's exactly what I did this weekend. Went on lots of walks.
Of course it is.
Went to
Fantastic.
visit my dad again on Sunday because I only went on my own the week before. So I took the kids down and we
Yep.
went for a walk with their 2 dogs. Sat outside in their garden.
What did you get him for his 60th? That's a big birthday. In fact, it's all Stu's not that far off it.
No, he's
to be
not.
fair.
He'll be moving to
He's
Budley
almost
soon.
as old as your dad. What did you get? What did you get the old man?
So my brother and I are going to go and take him for a round of golf later in the year at some point to a nice
Right.
course. We haven't
Is your
decided
whole
which one yet.
family really bloody competitive? Are you just all annoying? You just...
Yeah, probably.
They're all just
Annoying.
James is the most competitive. He's told me.
But but what I bought him for the day was I just bought him a nice bottle of whiskey. He likes whiskey.
Nice.
Yeah, whiskey's a drink I'd love to get into, but
Fuck whiskey.
it's not for me.
There you go.
Not unless.
But yeah, that's
not unless you want to fist through a wall.
That's all what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks.
And how have you been keeping yourself entertained in the non-league games? And tell me.
So
basketball, baseball, non-sport game. Any
non-sport game. Yes, so I've been playing with Jacko, one of the people in the community, nice friend. It Takes Two. That's a good game. That very good.
I'm
Good
tempted
this stream.
by that. I need to find
Yeah,
somebody
well, I've
good to play with.
Hi, hello. I just went and bought it randomly to play with my daughter, and she's not interested.
What?
Oh, mate, that's gutting. I
Rude.
was talking to my son about it, but I get the feeling it would be the same. He'd play 10 minutes and say, "Nah."
Yeah. So I have downloaded it, but give us the premise because I know nothing about. I
bought it.
swore I wouldn't just randomly buy games just out of the
You
blue
learned
after the
nothing.
experience of last
Because you
year,
can.
but I absolutely did. But exactly. But give us a premise.
Spoiler alert. So if people haven't played it,
Yep.
it's a bit of a.
You don't have to give us a story. Give us the mechanics.
Okay, so basically
and
you have to navigate your way through. You essentially take control of essentially like doll-sized people, and there's two of you, and you have to partner up in order to access different areas and do different puzzles, different things. It's a puzzle game, but it needs two of you.
Okay.
So one of you will have to hold, will have to hold something open while another person goes around, like either goes through and sets off pulls a lever to let you go through another area and everything like that. It's very much a team game.
It's a bit like a Saturday night at Dave's house, is it? That sort of cooperation. Pulling things.
Yeah.
One person holding something open, someone putting something else in.
Yeah, holes in walls.
It's very good. It is very
Dolls.
Yeah, dolls.
Dolls.
But that's a very good game.
Yeah.
And that's probably the only non-sport game I've been playing. Actually.
Yeah. How far did you get? What's the length of game? Because I mean, I know you played with Jacko, but I haven't seen you mention it or played
Well,
it.
the problem is,
again.
how
many hours did you get through?
we turned it on. It would have been 10 o'clock, and I think we looked at the clock and it was 2 o'clock in the morning. So we were like, oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
probably best call it there. So, but that was a week and a half or so ago, and obviously because he's moved house, it's been tricky to get back on.
Yep. And Duane's laughing because he's caused an editing nightmare.
I know why Dwayne's laughing.
I wasn't even
farted.
listening.
I farted.
Oh, okay.
He did the lift
Oh,
up
did he?
and everything. He did the lift up. He did.
He did a
to
cheat.
the side.
He did,
To the
he
side.
did.
We farted.
Anyway, okay, Duane. I mean, I don't know how we are going to do it internationally, but we should try and complete it before James and
Oh
Jacko
God, we'd have to
completes
get on it straight away then. Yeah, sure. I'll download it. We'll play it together. That'd be great fun.
Get the friend. I think you download the friends pass. Don't
Yeah,
you?
you don't
do.
need to buy it, Dwayne. If someone else has bought it,
okay.
You don't have to buy
Yeah,
it.
so go on there. There's a free download, and I don't know what it's called, like a friends pass or whatever it is, and it's the install you need to play with someone who's bought the game.
Okay.
It
Let's
would
do this.
also allow.
There
It
you
would
go.
also allow you to play 10. I think it allows you to play for a certain amount of time as well, but without having to purchase it. But yeah, it allows you to play all the way through if someone else has bought it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
and since I generally do fuck all for work, that I could probably play it sort of 8 in the morning.
in the
Dwayne.
day. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
not-
I'm looking
he's
at
not
that now.
paying attention.
Looking at that now.
What are you
Looking
doing?
at it now.
You're downloading that now. Well, I'm coming to you now. Thank you very much, James.
No,
Anyway,
okay,
I'm coming
well,
to you,
I'll-
Duane. So
I'll just
put
do
your
it
bloody controller
I'm
down.
going to do it now.
stop downloading.
I'm glad I
do
could
it now, 'cause we
add
can
the
play it after.
seamless groove into Duane.
Actually, Duane, don't
Exactly.
download it now because bloody New Zealand internet's the worst. So
Yeah,
There's
maybe.
nothing
don't
wrong with
need
my
to-
internet.
yeah, well, we've got
Yeah.
stats that prove that wrong.
I've got actual video
But we'll,
evidence of
we'll
that.
talk about that later, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Duane.
Right, hang on. I'm just looking at that.
Duane.
Sorry.
Dwayne, we're recording a podcast here,
That's
mate.
because
Just
I've
to say
had coffee and I've all gone like, whee! No.
You're all bloody hyper, mate. Come on. All right, okay, so you asked, for those who can't see and no one else can see, he is supporting a Lemmy-style look today. I think you need to post that on
What,
Facebook
my beard?
without the big mole.
Without them all.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
What
is,
have you-
winter's
What have you
coming.
been doing, hyper boy?
Winter's coming, so I've got to ready my face for snow fun. So yeah, that's why the beard's coming back. What have I been doing?
Winter.
Not a huge amount, really. Not done anything that exciting. No trips or anything away. So yeah, a lot of work.
Cool.
Work's been boring. Sorry.
got kicked out of any
Okay,
bands
fair
or
enough.
No,
anything?
not kicked.
Star Wars merch.
No Star Wars merch. Not been kicked out of any bands. The band, actually, speaking of, is actually going really, really well. We auditioned a chap on Saturday afternoon, and I think he could be all right. So that will take us up to
What does he play?
He
Who
sings.
leads the band, by the way?
What leads it?
Who's the leader
your
of the
It's
band,
my
Wayne,
band.
isn't
This
it?
is
Is it your
this
band?
Okay, so I'm the sort of the director, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So
David Smalls.
I've taken charge because I've tried kind of like having more democratic thing, and then you end up playing shit songs that you're like, oh, no, I don't want to play that song, and it doesn't fit with what you're doing. So I'm like, oh no, I've got a very definite vision of what I want. It sounds like I'm sort of turning into some kind of terrible dictator, but I probably am.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, you
I mean,
are.
turning into a terrible dictator, you
Yeah.
have that air
I would
about
indicate
you.
that
You
you
have
were.
And that
for
look,
about
yeah.
18 months of
And that look.
knowing you and the look.
So yeah, that is.
What's the band called, Dwayne? What have you
we
named it
haven't
yet?
named it yet because we're still too new. We're not at
Duane,
a point.
how about the Duane Pearson project?
Duane, see, that's just a bit too megalomaniacal. Megalomaniacal. It's not
Oh,
even a
sorry,
word.
is that like too
Yeah.
far? Is it?
It's too far. It's too far. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. So yeah, we've got 10 songs which are sort of sounding pretty good. Just needs to get some brass players in. Got a couple of songs which are kind of working on. So yeah, I think give a few more months, and I think we'll be ready to sort of go out and do some shit. So that's quite exciting.
Well, I hope. I can't wait to hear some of it. But on one of your gigs, I hope somebody streams it because I really want to come to one of your gigs, and obviously I can't because I'm here,
Because you're there.
and they won't let us in your country.
You've heard his musical taste, though.
Yeah, I know it's all Phil Collins, but
it's-
you know what? He's one of us. He got
There's
the
nothing
boy's got
wrong with Phil Collins. Phil Collins is fine.
Yeah.
Are you doing any Phil Collins songs in your repertoire?
No.
Is there a Phil Collins in there?
That means you'll have people
I
turning.
can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord.
No, there's no Phil Collins.
That was
three-
an audition for a singer. Have you got a singer? Because
We got one girl and she's really good, and the guy we auditioned at the weekend is really good, but he plays a little bit of guitar.
well,
as
if
well.
I do a video of myself singing one of the Phil Collins songs, can you hologram me into one of like they did with Tupac?
yeah,
on
yeah,
stage
we've
with
got
you.
the technology to do that, so yeah, why not?
Excellent.
Why not?
Yeah, good.
Let's do it.
Have you been playing anything else but Bloodborne?
Uh,
Please, God, tell me you've been playing something else but
well, it's
Bloodborne.
Demon Souls at the moment,
Or
and
Demon Souls.
no,
Same fucking game.
That was last year, Rich.
Bloodborne was
just
last
saying,
year.
mate. That was last
Demon
year.
Souls is this year. I'm working on that platinum. I've got about 7 left, and there's some of them quite tricky. So I managed to do a couple of the trophies where you have to take down a boss, but with like a condition. So there's like one where there's a boss who like when she respawns, different ones, like multiple ones appear, and you're not allowed to hit the wrong one. Did that one, that was quite tricky. And there's like the big knight, you're not allowed to kill any of the archers. I did that one, that's quite hard. So yeah, I'm just working on that. But I have been playing Tetraminos just for fun. I'm actually quite enjoying that. So I'm hoping that comes up on the wheel
Yeah.
at some point
It's
soon.
on, mate, it's on there.
It's on there. I'm hoping it comes up
Well,
because
most of your games are on there.
I mean,
mate,
if
to
it
be
does,
fair, but-
if it does come up, there's no reason why we can't just stream the game's point score against each other, did we? We were talking about Tetrominus not being able to be.
It's not online
competitive,
multiplayer, but I think we can just kind of run all play at the same time and just
run
do
points
score
competitions.
chasing. That'll work quite well.
Yeah, it would.
And then we won't have issues with shitty internet.
Internet. Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll get onto that. All right, cool. Dave, last and least, as always.
What do you want to know? What I've been doing?
What does your name say? Stay away from what?
Aldi cider.
Aldi cider. Oh, okay.
On a Monday night, I go for a bike ride with my friends, and we do about 20 miles, and then we've started
Buying shit cider.
We take it in turns, and we'll go to someone's house, sit in their garden, and have a drink.
Yep.
And tonight, I drank a bottle of Aldi cider. It was 750 millilitres, so it's quite a big bottle.
That doesn't sound a lot.
Oh mate, it's a fucking bottle of wine.
750 milliliters. Yeah, 750 milliliters. Yeah, sorry, my brain's not working. Yeah.
No, centiliter. No, centiliters. Is it centiliters, not milliliters?
It's the same
sorry,
thing.
Centiliters.
Is it? It's not. It's not the same thing by 100-fold.
75 centilitres is 750 millilitres.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just one bottle. Why is it like super strength or?
Well, it was
like
White Lightning.
standard Aldi practice.
Yeah.
You guys have heard of Weston cider, Henry Weston's?
No.
Nope.
No. Is that like Dickens?
Dickens cider.
Because I know you like a Dickens cider.
Dickens cider.
Do you like a Dickens cider, Stu?
Yeah, not really.
Oh. Controversial. Philip Schofield. Yeah.
Henry Weston's, as our listeners, I'm sure will know, those cider drinking listeners, Henry Weston's is a top quality brand of cider.
Yep.
It's high percentage, but it is extremely pleasant to drink. It's very nice.
You do have the accent.
You look quite pissed. Are you?
No, I'm all right actually. To be
Good.
honest, this is probably the least pissed I've been doing since we started doing
Ever.
this.
Excellent. All right.
Ever, yeah.
Ever.
No. So Aldi, in true Aldi style, have got a cider called H Weston's.
Right.
which
A complete steal.
To the untrained eye, you think, oh, that's a bottle of Weston cider.
Yep.
It has the alcohol percentage in common with Western cider.
Right.
But
What are we
does-
talking? We talking with post 5%,
6.8,
obviously.
6.8.
6.8. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the Richter scale, isn't it? It's like anything over
fucking is a
5
bit, mate.
starts to become exponentially more
Yeah.
devastating to
So-
the brain.
It shares the alcohol content. That's one thing they got in common. What they don't have in common is the quality of the taste.
Right. It tastes like old lighter fluid.
Mate, let's just call it ropey. Leave it there,
Right.
shall we? It's a bit ropey. But anyway, so yeah, fucking don't have it. Stay
Love
away
a
from
bit
it.
of gut rot cider. Stop doing that now.
Right, so to be honest, the main thing I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, I'll be careful how I say this. I've been looking for a manhole.
Right.
Okay.
Not a man's hole.
Yes.
A manhole. So I've pulled the patio up in my garden because that's
Yep.
what I do. I do DIY related things, and it's come to my attention that I have no manhole in my garden, so I have no way of entering the drainage pipe from my house if there's ever any problems.
Right. Okay.
So, not to get too boring with it,
Too late.
because it's quite technical.
Too late.
But I would just like to thank the previous owners of this house for employing an absolute fucking charlatan of a builder to build the
Did
extension.
they listen to the podcast?
Well, they are
In the demographic?
one of them is male, and he's between 45 and 59, so he probably does. And so I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank the fucking shitstorm of a builder that decided to probably build my kitchen on top of the fucking manhole and not move
what
it.
have you got? Have you got an issue that have you got like your sink drainage not going into your patio?
Mate, I've got no man. I've just got no. I don't want to get
Why
into it.
do you need
too
a
much,
man?
but-
Tell me why. Why do you need a
To
manhole?
clear blockage.
What
Because
is it?
if your drains block, right? So Rich, let's say, right, I can't remember the name of the place you live, Worcester Wales, whatever it is.
East Worcester Wales. Yep. Go on, that's exactly where I live.
it.
Yep.
Your neighbour, the policeman who kills people who lives next door, he comes round one night, right? You might need to edit that. I don't know. He comes round.
No, he
one
definitely.
night.
I've listened to the book. He definitely killed her.
You've got 6 grams of bloody Charlie on the kitchen table.
Yep.
You're having a party. You think, fuck, the police are. I've got to flush it down the toilet.
Right.
It blocks up. You go out in your garden, lift the manhole cover, rod it, put a rod down there. That unblocks it. It all goes away. I don't have that facility.
Right. Okay.
Because I think my kitchen's been built on top of it, and the builder hasn't done anything
So
about
you're going to build your own manhole?
Right.
Mate, I can't find the pipe. I don't know whether, because it's all fucking underground. I don't know where the pipe is. It's been
You need
suggested.
to buy one of those little scanners.
Someone has offered to come round with 2 metal coat hangers and fucking do a bit of water divination or whatever it's called. Fucking hell.
You move in some strange circles,
if
Dave.
you have that person, you've got to film it. You have to film it.
But apparently it's a thing. It's because I've looked into this and I'm not like really going.
What is not draining? Your sink is going there, is it, or what?
Well,
What
things are draining okay now, but I'm thinking about the future. If there's ever a problem,
So they've bit that. So basically, your sink and your drain go either underneath your house out to the front.
I think it's
All
all under
random.
the kitchen. It's all under the kitchen floor, so it's fucked up.
Right.
And lastly, I would like to thank the planning officer from the council who signed it off without inspecting it properly. Fucking top job, mate. What a wanker! What an absolute wanker!
Is this the reason why you've not been playing any games and why we suspect
honest,
that
mate,
Wheel is not going to be the level of
because of this reason.
I hope
Because of
that
this
does the
thing with
wheel have a
manhole.
drainage theme to it? Because I would love to see it if it was a bit like Mousetrap.
Wheel of Drains.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. Because I've been trying not to think about it because it's been really stressing me out every time I think about it. Like I'm thinking about it now.
Well, okay. Well, listen.
stressed me out.
The wheel's the wheel, mate. Don't stress
don't
about
stress.
it.
No, the manhole.
Okay,
I'm stressing about.
being serious, Dave.
Fuck the wheel,
Who's your water provider?
mate. Let's take this offline.
Yeah, please. Let's.
It
James,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Let's-
You've
let's-
ruined
let's
this
not
night.
leave it.
I seriously wish I hadn't talked about it. But have you checked the flooring to see whether there's an obvious? Because when they did my extension, they built in a piece of the tiling on the floor you could pick up, and underneath the tiling,
Yeah, they did
was
it properly. In other words, that is excellent. Rich, I'm pleased for you.
Okay. I'm only trying to help, Dave.
No, I know, mate. I know. I've had three blokes round. Every single bloke
And
is-
someone divinated water.
Not yet. He
And
hasn't come
have you
round
had
yet.
any homeopathy people round to see whether or not they can help?
Somebody's bringing some crystals round tomorrow or something. That apparently that might help.
Crystal meth's what you need, mate.
I think I
Anyway,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, move on.
All right. So let's move on from the drainage gate. Have you actually had any time to play any PlayStation? Have you played any Mario or?
Fuck off. What, going down the pipes? What have I played? I was playing Last of Us Part 2. I think I talked about that last month. I've had to give up on it, to be honest, because it's so grim.
Oh my god! Last of Us Part
Pat your
2
five
plus
bit.
drainage problems is just not.
I've given up on
No,
it.
you can't give up on it permanently. Just get your head in a better
Well,
space.
for now, and I've gone for something a bit more light-hearted. I've been playing Days Gone.
It's not
Which
that
admittedly-
light-hearted, is it?
Which admittedly is still zombie
Say Days Gone
apocalypse.
again, please.
Say
Say Days Gone.
What? Sorry, what have you been playing?
Days Gone.
Dave's gone.
Fuck off.
Dave's gone. Me lover.
It's this. Admittedly, it's similar, but the quality of the storytelling isn't as good, so therefore it's not as grim.
I love you.
There's a
These.
logic
It's
there.
a shit
There's a
storytelling,
logic there.
so I don't
There
have
is-
to
there is
pay
a
any
logic.
attention
Yeah.
to it.
It's the
Yeah.
same subject matter, but because it doesn't do it as well, it's not as grim. And you do get to ride a motorbike around, which is I do like the motorbike bit of it. That's pretty good.
Excellent.
But it's open world. This is formulaic as they come. It's all right. It's no Ghost, Rich, but
Yep.
fucking what is?
Oh.
But it's all right. So I've been playing that. I've been going round various F1 tracks, which we'll discuss in a bit, I think. And I too have been playing quite a lot of, and I'll pronounce it slightly differently to Duane, Tetraminos.
Just say it wrong.
Just say it wrong, though.
Because that's
Tetraminos.
just a fun no-brainer type game. That's cool. I just want to shout out to a couple of things I've been watching on the TV.
Refer to notes.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. Have you guys been watching that?
Yeah.
Nope.
Fucking hell.
I'm just so
Call
over. I'm
yourselves
just
geeks.
so
What's going
over
on?
like the Marvel universe. It's just goes on and on and on and on and on.
No,
and
mate,
on.
no, Duane,
it
listen.
stop.
Duane, listen. No,
Make it
listen.
stop.
Because they've gone into telly, they branched out into telly, they've got more time to tell
So
the
it goes
stories.
on longer.
Mate, the TV, the TV's better than the films.
Mate, you
I'm
like
not
Lord of
even
the Rings.
joking,
You
mate. It's better than the films.
have no way to comment on anything. Bloody Lord of the
But
Rings.
at least it ends after
Yeah,
like
but that's
16 hours.
It's a contained story, and like Rich said, you get your middle, your beginning,
Tiny
and your end, and that's
set
it. It's
bite of it.
done. Whereas bloody MCU is just like never ending.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Well, I
It's
disagree,
just
mate.
on
But
and on
anyway,
and
that's all right.
on.
Yeah, but it's different format. They're going for the long form now, mate. And honestly, it benefits from it. Watch WandaVision.
Yeah,
You
I
will
really
love
want to watch WandaVision because it's that quirky thing which I quite like. So I liked Guardians of the Galaxy
Exactly,
because that's
mate.
kind of like that
It's ace.
slightly
WandaVision
different.
is
but
ace.
that just kind of like heroes thing is just done. I'm done with it.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. It isn't as good, but it is good. So there we are. The other thing, just lastly, have you guys watched a film called Palm Springs?
No, but I want to.
Is that the one that's on Amazon with the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I want to watch that. It looks fun.
Yes, Jake
Yeah.
Peralta. Yes, really good. I've been wanting to watch this film because it's a family film. Or well, fucking hell, I thought it was a family film.
It's got
so I've
sex
been
in it,
on it with
Dave.
family for about 3 weeks. Mate, listen to this.
Don't spoil it
I've
for
said,
me.
come
I'll
on.
be very, very unhappy.
No, mate. There's no spoilers. Well,
Well, shut the fuck up.
I've
Don't
said
say
that.
anything.
Come on, let's watch. Spoilers for the first 5 minutes,
No.
James. All right.
No, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about it.
well,
Mute
I
me.
can't.
So,
If only it was that easy, Dave. If only it was that easy.
honestly, mate, it's fine.
This is.
It's
Do you
fine.
realise this is the Logbox podcast, not boring ass Dave's life podcast?
and on that
hell,
bombshell.
If the viewers,
What?
if the listeners can actually see James's face now, that was a proper pissed off face.
Shit,
He's had enough. He wants to talk about
Right, do you know what?
F1.
Let's move
What
on.
about you, Rich?
Yeah.
Rich, what about you? You're not saying anything about you. What you been up to?
Well, no. Well, to be honest, I don't want to get accused of a boring ass life. Yeah, no.
Depends if you're going to spoil something.
To be fair, I haven't been up to much. I've been a pretty good boy. I've been out on my bike. Did 100k yesterday, so my legs are feeling a little bit. I was supposed to be doing the Dragon Ride, which is a 180-mile ride around Wales or South Wales. That has now been bumped to the 25th of September, which is why we had the debate of
That could clash with
because
MLG things, couldn't it? If
MLG is that.
if there were only
Not
nobody said
gonna
anything
happen.
official. So
Well, I think, yeah. So So that was moved. That was bumped from June to then. So I think my preference will be MLG. There's no way I can't. If we are going to meet up, then there's no way I can miss out
You can
that.
do the bike ride after the
ride.
MLG meetup. It'll be easy.
What, on the Sunday?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Perhaps I'll just ride back from MLG.
We've all Simricks the Sunday after MLGX. He's fit for nothing.
Oh, honestly, it makes me shiver. I mean, last year was quite special. I think we all left at about, I don't know, what time did we leave? About 11 o'clock. And I think it took me 4.5 hours to get back to Wales, which is only an hour and a half away. I had to stop at every service station and eat another takeaway. I think I had a McDonald's, a Leon, and a Burger King before I managed to get home. That was it.
What's a Leon?
It's a sandwich shop, isn't it? Sandwich thing.
Leon is a good fast food. It's not vegetarian, but you'd think it's kind of. But it's.
Is it like a Tory fast food? Is it, Rich?
No, it's on the M50. It's the M50 services. I mean, we have got it all tonight. We've got discussions about services. We've got patio discussions, drainage discussions, real ale discussions.
What have we
become? What we are is we're playing up to our demographic. Absolutely.
Okay, Rich. Then before we head into the other segments, what have you been playing outside of the challenge, and computer game wise?
So I cracked open Final Fantasy VII, which was one of the first games that I completed. I remember completing seriously. Sort of. I think I probably completed other games, but but it was the one that I had to put hours and hours. I can't even remember how long, but it was probably like my first 50-hour game. But do I like it? Do I not? I mean, it's a total reboot. That's why I asked about Mass Effect. It's a completely different game. It's not. It's not. I can't even see the connection apart from the characters. And to be fair, I mean, when did Final Fantasy VII come out? I can't even tell you a decade.
It's PS1.
90s.
PS1 game.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is it like a reimagining then? So it's not.
It's
really
a total
the same game.
reimagining. Yeah. So it's got that weird mechanic in it where it's part turn-based, part real-time, but it's still got that uncomfortable kind of Japanese subtitles. The world doesn't feel quite right. Weird creatures pop out like Pokemon and whatever those things are. So it's I don't know whether it is. So I got so I've jumped from that into Miles Morales, and that's I mean that's pretty route one. So
I've still yet to play.
I've started on that.
Still yet to play that.
It's good, but I can't.
It's DLC, mate, isn't it?
Well, no.
I'm sure it's great. And I'll put time into it, and I love the combat. And yeah, they've mixed it up a bit. But for I bought it as a PS5 game. I couldn't tell you if it's a PS5 game, and that's the kind of the problem, isn't it? Really, I didn't boot it up and go, wow, this is what the PS5 is all about. It's just a really good PS4 game. So still waiting for that game. I'm hoping Horizon, not Zero Dawn, Horizon. What's it called?
Forbidden West.
What?
Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's the game that's gonna jaw drop. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that's a question. Is anyone waiting? What PS5 game do you think is going to be the game where people go, this is a marked difference?
Returnal seems to be making waves at the moment with the previews.
What?
Returnal.
How smart.
Yes.
But I don't know, because the problem is I've got Resi 8 coming soon. I think in like 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks. So I don't want to buy another game because I've still got to finish Demon's Souls, and I've still got Spider-Man, and I've still got the Immortal Phoenix Rising, whatever that's called. So I've got games, and I don't want to start building up my pile already. But Returnal, apparently it's supposed to be good. So
I've still got my eye on Cyberpunk. I've got one eye just
I
sideways
think,
looking at Cyberpunk.
I think
You can't get that on PlayStation.
No, you can buy the disc.
Can you? 'Cause it's
You
still
can get the disc
shit.
now for £20 at Tesco, but And I've been thinking, I'm in an R in and thinking, well, they're going to patch it. I ain't going to play it now because I've got Mass Effect coming. So, but don't know. But I've got one eye on it. I still want to play it. It's on my. So, but no, you're all right though, Rich. Bot PS4 games. Where I've only played Astrobot. That's the only one I played PS5. That's it. You are right.
Yeah.
The PS5 is the best PS4 it's ever been made.
They've sort of made. I mean, in Spider-Man, they've sort of made a half-staff attempt to use the new haptics and everything like that, but not to any great effect. You know, they've just made the triggers sort of a little bit more resistant when you're using a web, and it's like a bit of a hard. And that's the problem with all, with what was the 6-directional thing that they brought out? Was that the PS3?
Multi-axis, wasn't it? 6-axis.
Six-axis, that one, yeah, exactly. And then the devs just don't bother with it because if it's not on all platforms, it's not worth bothering with. But anyway, I'm only a couple of hours into Spider-Man, and it's pretty good. But apart from that, practicing F1 again and again has probably taken up most of my week, only to end in marked absolute fucking disappointment as usual. So I guess is the moment to talk about F1. So let's talk about F1. So for the part since we last met, we have probably done 3 races. I can't quite remember, but yeah. So we've been working with the community members. We've been playing with the community members. It has been hard bloody work, to be perfectly honest. So, but it is fun. So Duane, you can go and get yourself a cup of coffee and ignore this. But 5 or 10 minutes. Let's go to James in the pits to give us a bit of a rundown and shout to the community members who are playing with us, and then give us a bit of a synopsis of where we are in this league.
So there are 10 of us altogether. For the 4 from us lot, Rich, myself, Stu, and Dave, and then there's 6 community members. Tumshi, Mr. Rogers, Kyle, known as Crystal Skull, Adam, known as Silent Reaver, Jacko, known as Jacko Manakaman, Joe, named Mr. Fuzzy Felt, and then Tainted Brain, Brian. And they are the other 6 people who are racing with us. Quick synopsis, we're all in a variety of cars, picked out of a hat. We're doing a full season, and as Rich said, 3 races have gone. We did the Netherlands, we did Spain, and then just last week we did Monaco. So, well, you know what? I want to just go into Monaco because Monaco was a fantastic race. It was great. It was fun, full of drama. We do.
I don't know. I mean, the Netherlands feels like a long, long time ago, and that was. I can't even remember. Actually, I can't even remember what happened in the Netherlands. But it was a disappointment. Then what was it? Netherlands,
didn't you finish
and then
3rd in Netherlands? Pretty sure you did. You finished. Fuzzy was 1st.
Yeah.
Adam was 2nd. You were 3rd.
Yeah, that was probably one of my better races. But yeah, let's speak about Monaco. So the championship. I don't suppose you've got the any indication on how things are hotting up. But Monaco for me was a fucking nightmare, to be perfectly fair. Again, like every race, and I'll say it again, I spent hours and hours and hours eking through those time trials to try and get it. And if you don't know F1, Monaco is a street race. It's got barriers. It has very tight hairpins where you go down to 20 miles an hour. Then you've got to speed up. You've got tunnels. It is a driving nightmare. And Stu, how did you get on?
Oh God!
How did you find that track?
I found it really hard. I qualified at the back, but somehow, because it is just a shit show the first corner. Because everybody hits that first corner, and because it's so narrow, I ended up being in the middle of the pack, and James was behind me for ages, which is odd. Because normally he's like away. And but then I was.
It is odd that James was anywhere near the front, to be perfectly honest, because what actually happened was I busted a gut to learn that track and actually pole positioned it. To be fair, James had gone round on medium tyres, so he was going to be slower. But I waited and waited. My tactical was to wait for everyone to go for that last run, and I timed it perfectly to leave that pit. So I had exactly 1 minute 20 to leave to get round to start that last one, so I'd have a clear air, and that was my. I planned that all week. And yeah, I left the pit. Everyone had already gone to try and get this, and it was clear.
And I bailed on my last lap, which was quicker as well, because I thought I had it in the bag.
Yep, and I went out there, and you said you were going to stay in the pit, and bam, I nailed it in pole position. And the thing to be in Monaco is in pole,
definitely,
because that's the only way to really win that race. But what actually happened on the day, I do not, What actually happened on the day was I took off from pole. And that twat Yarwood caught the back of my bloody car, knocked me into Tumshy's way. Tumshy then knocked me on the right hand side into James, spun me around, and 9 to 10 hours of practice gone up the shitter, and I was at the back, and I don't think if you rewatch where we were, I don't think I spoke for about another hour.
You were very
from
quiet.
Then on. Yeah. So I was very quiet, very annoyed. The only thing I got to do, which pleased me, was Dave was struggling, and I got to smash the arse out of him on the hairpin.
Yes, you did.
And knock him out the way as some kind of revenge. So how did you find it, Dave?
Well, I ran out of petrol on the last lap and got fucking overtaken by 2 cars. So it was brilliant,
remember that.
Fuck me.
Weren't you in 10th as well?
At one point in the race, I think I was 4th because of the big crash. And I kind of ghosted through a lot of cars. I then predictably lost positions. Then I got in a crash. I think the main crash I had was with Joe Fuzzy Felt. We sort of had to come in together in the tunnel. And that fucked me over. So I went down a few places, fought back into 10th, was happy because I thought, I'm getting a point. On the last lap, unbelievably ran out of fucking petrol. I still don't know how
and
that
you got
happened,
passed
honestly.
on the final straight up to the finish line.
Yeah, 2 cars went past me. Two of the bots, the AIs, went past me because I was just going really slowly because I had no fuel left. So that was a bit of a bastard if I'm honest. But it was a fun track when it was good. It was a good race. It was fun.
Yep, it was good. So Tumshy played a blinder after cheating on the first corner with James and ruining my race. He won through. So I think the standings are.
Do you want me to give you the standings?
So, if you want to give us the standings.
Fuzzy is winning. Jacko is 2nd. Adam is 3rd. I'm 4th. I think you're 5th. Tumshy is 6th. Kyle is 7th. Stu is 8th. Brian is 9th. And Dave, who has left because he knows his last, is backing us all up with 5 points. Compared to Fuzzy, who's leading on 115.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So Dave's only 100 points away from it, so that's fine. But so the next race is on Wednesday. Because obviously we're recording this, so I don't want to. But we would have done that race by the time this podcast comes in. But the next race we've got is Azerbaijan.
It's the 8th race,
and I've got
the 8th race of the season, 8th of 21.
Yep. So by the time we've got that, so when are we expected to finish this?
I had a look at it. I think it's the back end of June.
Back end of June.
I looked at it. It's about 2 or 3 weeks after F1 2021 comes out.
So we've got another 2 months of this.
Well, it gets better than that.
Exactly right.
Then we'll do it again, Duane.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But maybe we could have a separate F1 podcast for that one. I don't know.
What we will do for Duane's thing is that we will separate the F1 podcast out if we ever start again.
Yeah.
But that's probably enough for now. Let's get down to the real deal, the real reason we exist, the real reason Log exists, and that is to, as I say, go head to head, are titans of gaming, to pick the games that we all love. And everyone has loved every game we've picked so far. and this month's was the much maligned Overcooked 2.
Boy, Rich.
Hated by even the person who picked the game. Came up on the wheel. The wheel chose Overcooked 2 to be our curse this month.
And we're still friends.
Yeah.
And we are
was
still
Although only
friends.
just.
I think we bonded in
It
its
was funny.
shitness. But yeah, let's talk about it. Let's just go around thoughts and feelings about this game. So let's go left to right. No, let's bring Duane in because he's had a 5-minute hiatus there. So, Duane, we won't talk about where it goes, but what's your general feelings about this game?
It's not the sort of game I would usually play. It's kind of a bit cutesy, bit fun. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, even though most of the time I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah, I didn't hate.
Well,
I didn't hate it.
Explain to everyone the format, how we set this one up.
Okay,
Then.
so I think how we played this was we each played each other. So everybody played everybody, and then there was 3 rounds, and then we scored points for a win, and then there was a playoff for 3rd place, and then 2nd and 1st played for 2nd and 1st.
For bragging rights.
Yeah, so we ran it in our standard round robin competition where we face off against each other. To be fair, I didn't realise how complicated it was going to be because we had to register the amount of points. So that
And
did
we're all
get
playing at the same time,
unbelievably
just for fun.
complicated.
So it's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
And we also had New Zealand lag we had to deal with as well. Jesus.
It's not news. It's
Yes.
not shit internet. It's distance. The problem's distance, not my crap internet. I'm just very, very far away.
away. Dave, how did you get on with Overcooked? Do you enjoy the game?
Fucking hell, I really liked Overcooked 1.
That is a good game, yeah.
Which was a fun game, co-op game, lots of laughs to be had. Yeah, great. Overcooked 2 has added a layer of complexity that it just didn't fucking need, to be honest. This business of pressing R1, they wanted to get competitive multiplayer, which they have done by adding a function where you control 2 chefs and you press R1 to switch between the 2 chefs. Who would have known that the introduction of one more button press to it would completely fuck what was actually a good game, but
Yeah.
it fucked it.
It
absolutely
is
fucked it.
a mental gymnastics, isn't it, to try and cope with that?
Yeah.
I mean, does it add hilarity to it? I mean, it did.
Oh yeah.
It did towards it.
It was funny.
It is,
Trying
it
to
is.
listening to you lot trying to work out who'd fucking won whatever
Oh my
match it
god.
was. That was funny. Who was it, James? Who was it? Duane and Rich,
It
or
was
Duane and Stu?
Stu and Duane, I think. Yeah, it was Stu and Duane. It was Stu
No,
and Duane's
it
match.
was you two. It was. I think it was Dave and James.
No,
one of the first ones.
It was
There we
the
go,
game
listeners. Proof is right there.
it was the game that you and what set me off, had me howling, was the fact that you'd finished, you'd played 3 rounds, but the score was 1-1.
Yeah, it was 1 each after 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's
It was
yeah.
1-1 after,
Yeah, what's the score after 3 rounds, Dwayne? 1-1.
and that was it.
And how's that possible?
5 minutes. I couldn't breathe. So funny.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Are we? This may be appropriate or not to say this, but are we getting the video out there or not? I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll basically
Will
we'll give
people have an
people when
opportunity to
this
watch it?
by the time everyone's listening to this, there'll be the video of some sorts will be release, so I can't actually comment on what kind of video that people are going to watch, is because I haven't had your files yet, which is theirs, and two, it was a shit show of recording, so we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it live. We've tried to use the PlayStation 5 host or internal recording system, which seems to be okay. And then we're going to try and patch together what will probably be a confusing highlight reel.
It'll be confusing because we're all playing at the
big
same time. We should have played it separately with everybody watching.
We probably should have. We probably should have done.
But anyway, it's what it is. It's fine.
Yeah.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, but it was it was a head. I mean, with the scoring with the head spin, with the round robin with the head spin, and trying to play, and your internet absolutely shagging up the game, which is, to be honest, is where I lost my shit.
It was
really.
the only edge I had.
The trouble, did anyone actually practice? Because it felt like it took a number of games for us to get. I mean, I tried practicing, but I hated the game so much that I just didn't practice enough.
Several. I only kind of played a couple of rounds, but then when we were playing, was it just like the random maps? There were food things which I had no idea what I was creating. So I'd only sort of done like the basic food creations. And I think as you go through the game, you learn to do more complex stuff. But the online, what we were doing was the more complex stuff, so I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, I think I played through the storyline, which starts off with sushi, which is basically chop a fish and serve it. Whereas some of the stuff that we were doing, there was ovens involved.
There was pizzas, there were
pizza bases,
cooking, and
ovens you couldn't see, moving floors, teleports.
But it was hard to practice. Because the game was that shit and that difficult to play, you just didn't want to practice. I tried practicing. I thought, "Fuck it."
I practiced half an hour or so.
Wing it.
Yeah. So I think we'll just cut a break there, and then if you want to go over and see how we got on with Overwatch, whatever it is, go and find some content if it's up there. Hopefully it is. Overcooked. Overcooked 2. Overwatch would have been better, but I mean we should be playing that. But yeah, go and watch Overcooked 2, and then we'll be back after this break. Okay, and we are back. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we didn't. Okay, so let's go through the results and thoughts and feelings and the most enjoyable bit. So, how did it play out, Stu?
Well,
you give us the rundown.
I did really badly. However, when I played you, I managed to win a whole round, and I was quite. And then I went, "Oh, I've got it now. I'm in. That's it. I'm good." And then I lost all the other games. I think I won against Dave a couple of once, and I think. Oh, well, I think did I win against you on the first round, Dave?
Well, let me tell everyone how it worked out. The round robins ended with Duane winning no rounds and no games.
No, I won a game every round, but didn't actually win. Fuck off.
You did win a game every round, but didn't manage there. So it was a 3-rounder. So you did win. You did win. Yes, it was best of 3 format. So you
win a game.
So you didn't manage to get it over the thing. So that left Stu and I in the 3rd, 4th playoff, and then that left James and Dave to play each other for the final. So for the points. So me and Stu played each other for the 3rd, 4th, which is important because 4th gets no points and 3rd does. And that was a good game. That's when I think we actually started to work it out. But we were playing that. We played the same map twice, and that's the one with the tremolators and that. And what threw us there was, to be fair, it was 50-50. I didn't realise that the serving hatches switch colours.
I didn't know that
at the beginning. I didn't know that, so it wasn't as if I was even playing with it.
Fuck, the serving hatches are switching sides.
Yeah.
So Stu was
only
serving
won
up
that
for
first
Rich.
round.
Thanks very much, Stu, for Rich. That was very nice of you.
Yeah. because I hadn't served anything. You'd served 2 dishes by the time. Luckily, I mean, my kitchen was on fire and all sorts of shit were going, but you were just bunging in plates through my hatch, so it got me 344 points. Unfortunately, once I'd worked that out, I think that got in your head then, because I think the next game you started to struggle then, because it does throw you a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I just found it. Also, it didn't help that I was on I'm drinking lots of Peroni to play this challenge.
You were more pissed in the challenge
I don't
than you've
think
ever been in
that
any
drunk
other
in that
challenge.
what we've done before in the past.
That's not a game to play. Well, it's not a game to play, but it's definitely not a game to play pissed.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
So So unfortunately for drunk, being 4th, I guess is not so bad. But yeah, so I took the 3rd place there, so got myself a point. And then we had the grand finale, which I think if we get anything, that if you do watch anything, go and you haven't watched it, go and watch the grand finale, because that was actually probably where it should have been. So, Duane, do you want to give some commentary on how that was happening? Just you were watching, or James, or Dave?
It's just a blur now. It's like I was kind of over it by that point.
I know.
But, yeah, it was good. It was it kind of went one game each, so it was.
It was a sushi. It was a sushi restaurant where you had 2 chefs.
And somebody was like saying, "I need a blue fish. I need a blue fish," and then the other player lobbed.
That was me.
So
I was struggling on the sushi one, and Dave was a long way ahead. And I just couldn't find a blue fish. Even though they were clearly there, I just couldn't find a blue fish. And then Dave accidentally lobbed the blue fish away, and it threw it straight to one of my chefs. It went straight to one of my chefs, and I was like,
"Thanks, Dave.
Thanks very much, Dave." And that, to be fair, that blue fish got me back into it. And I only just was that the second game?
I can't remember.
Did you win?
I honestly can't remember.
I won the first one.
You won the first one. You won the first one pretty convincingly. And then the second one, the mission blue fish, which you just randomly chucked away. Do you even know the button to throw them?
Was it all down to that blue fish? I think it's square, but I'm not too sure.
But anyway, it was all.
And he caught
it was the fact that it was all set up for the last round. It was 1-1, and that last round was hilarious. That was so much fun for me to play. That was so much fun because I'd worked it out. The game before is obviously in some aspects you can, the chopping board is in the middle, and you can both teams can use that chopping board. So once I realised which level it was, I instantly knew what my tactic was going to be. It was to try and fire out a couple of plates, get a lead, and then whenever Dave was chopping on that middle board, before he had the chance to, once he'd finished his chopping, before he had the chance to pick it up, I would pick it up, turn around, and just throw it down a hole. And I did that repeatedly.
The thing is, Dave, you were getting so annoyed with him, but you kept going back to that chopping board and using it.
It was programmed into me at that point. I couldn't do anything different. But I'll just say, listeners, that what James discovered quickly was a way to win, yes, but did he? Was it within the spirit of the game?
No honour. You have no honour.
But I noticed that on one of the previous ones when we were doing pasta, because when I was playing you, Rich, we were playing on the pasta level, and I was doing the same thing. So the pasta all came down the same travelator. It's not a travelator, but the same conveyor belt down the middle, and you had to pick it up from there. And any time pasta would come, I would literally just pick it up and throw it onto my side of the kitchen. Yeah, but then I did, obviously, in the final, that was just amazing because I just got plates out, I got a lead, but then because I was having so much fun in taking Dave's stuff, he almost, at one point, he got back to very close to me, and I thought, fuck, I'm not actually going to win, and then I did. Just.
Oh, I think the score was in like 20
really
points
close,
in the end. It was very close.
I was just having so much fun taking his ingredients, throwing them away, and listening to his reactions. It was killer.
Yeah. And that is the difference in the league. Is the
killer instinct, we like to call it.
Is the killer instinct of James just a fucking cheat whenever he possibly can. Let's just run through this. My Monaco this week ruined by James and his over enthusiastic accelerated finger. basically, and with no care for anyone else's race. And also in Overcooked, just blatant trolling of Dave to steal the win. So that does give James yet another win, as he's put on his Zoom feed 3 out of 3, 100% bitches. This bastard has to be stopped at some point. So Dave, good work.
He
2
loves
points.
it, James, as well, doesn't he? He's like the pantomime
Yeah,
villain,
yeah.
right?
I love playing that role.
And he absolutely loves it.
He has to be taken
But
down.
who doesn't?
So,
the pantomime villain is. If there's no pantomime villain, it's just boring. It's just puppets doing nothing. Punch and Judy would be nothing if Punch wasn't there. It would be shit.
He only grew that moustache so he could twirl it.
Who, Duane?
No, he's talking to me.
Yeah. Oh no, James. Yes, exactly. All right. Okay. So the league standings will be posted. You'll see those. It does put James ahead. There's a few points there still to go. He's on 9 points. So Duane, he is starting to edge away. You're probably going to have to consider dragging him back or giving yourself a boost
Can
at
I
some
ask
point.
one question, Rich?
Yep.
It's 9 points from a possible how many?
That's unimportant right now. It's 9 points, and so I think I'm on 3.
Do you want the overall score?
Oh,
so
Stu,
far?
I was covering for you because last
it was
time
a
you
shit
didn't have
show.
them ready.
I wasn't
so
prepared, to be
go
fair,
on.
when you asked me, but I am
Go
now.
on, Stu.
So this
Give us the lead.
Standings are: James has 9 points. Dave has 4 points.
4 points.
Richard.
Okay.
Richard has 4 points.
4 points.
Stuart,
Okay.
who I am, has 1 point. Duane has minus 50 points. No, 0. You're 0.
Wouldn't
Right,
surprise
boys.
me.
Right, boys. It is time. The league is the league. It doesn't mean we can't work together to take this bitch down. Right.
5 points is quite a lead.
All eyes on the prize.
I'd have to score 0
quite a
points. You and Dave would have to win 2 in a row, and I'd only be 1 point behind.
Yep. There are still. This is only challenge 3, and we got things. So we do have a side challenge coming up, real life challenge. Now I don't know if we've got the mechanics or the way of working this out. Might post it, but Duane, what has been in your idea of sorting these real life challenges out? Just give us a trial, even if you can't
so I've
tell us what they
created
are.
5. I think it was 5 real life challenges. I've given them silly sort of cryptic code names. So
Of course you have.
I'm very
Course
glad
you
they are
fucking
cryptic. Some of those code names, especially the one Limp Biscuit.
No, that actually is exactly what you think it's going to be. I'm sorry.
That's the only
non-cryptic
non-cryptic
one. It's
one,
exactly
is it?
what it's going to be. You have to start and go out and gig with a shitty new metal band. No.
Fair enough. Wreckfest.
Hell, that's some dedication to the challenge. Fucking hell.
Yeah, so you better get practicing,
Okay.
guys. So I've created these 5 challenges, real life challenges, and they are 1, shit a brick, 2, Limp Biscuit, 3, where the magic happens, 4, I say how high, and 5 is you don't say. Now I think Dave has randomly picked one of those, and he's let me know which one it is. So I'm going to have to do something. I've got to get something sent to you guys so we can do that. But you will need some form of recording, like a camera or of some kind, and a timer.
Okay. Right. Okay. So we don't know what that is. Are we not going to? You're not going to say what that is now, or do we wait till we've?
But expect something in the post. That's all I'll say.
Okay. So there you go. Mysterious Duane has spoken. We will be receiving something in the post, and I suggest what we do is we try and jump on to do a quick 10-minute Zoom thing to reveal it while we do it. But so we'll do something like that to reveal it together. Sounds very sexy. But okay, cool. All right, now that will be coming in next week or so,
Yep.
I guess, Duane, will it?
How many points is that worth? Then?
Two.
So that's
Do we
gonna
know?
be 2 points for the winner.
2 for the winner.
Yeah. So it's a nice. It's well worth doing as long as just making sure that James doesn't win. Otherwise, it'd be a disaster. But that does mean there's 4 other people. So that's a good thing. He's got 4 chances to lose. so game on, guys. Right. Okay. So can't wait for that. But now is the time to decide on the next challenge. And as we said that Duane, unfortunately,
Game last again.
for the 3rd week, came last again. That does kick in the equalizer, as we call it, which means you get to pick yet another one. So it is truly the wheel of
Aim with this
Duane.
is just to have the wheel full of my choices. That's what I'm hoping to have happen by the end of the year.
Well, there's another 2 months to go then, mate.
Well, I don't know. It depends which one's because if one of mine comes up and then I lose at that one again, then there's still 2 other people's games on there. So it's all random, isn't it?
You can't lose it. You
Oh, I
can't
can.
lose it your own
No, I
way.
can.
Yeah, well, I
can.
did. So thanks
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
I can,
Thanks there, Dave.
and I will.
Right. Okay. So last month it was the wheel of Duane. It is still the wheel of Duane. I should imagine, but that's appropriate because Duane has the most amount of games on there. So have you added to the wheel of Duane?
Yes, I've told Dave what my choice is, and now because we are all PlayStation 5'd up, and we all have this game, it's not a PS Now title, but it is Astro's Playroom. And I want to do some speed challenges on those platformy levels.
Okay. Fair enough.
You sound excited
enough.
about that, Rich.
Yeah, I don't like Astrobot.
Really?
Ooh.
I just don't like the noise. I don't like the
What's
noises.
fucking wrong with you?
Oh, he doesn't like Mario and stuff. He doesn't like all the cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
I
that
understand. Okay,
bloody
yeah.
childish stuff.
I
So
don't like Mario, but I
so-
understand.
Astro's Playroom probably isn't as good as Astrobot Rescue Mission.
I really liked it.
It's good.
It's a good game. For a freebie as well, it's solid.
okay, that's good. All right. Okay, Dave, can you please confirm that Astrobot has been added to the wheel?
It's there.
You don't sound sure.
Well, I've just looked. and
I've just looked.
seen it.
I'm glad
So,
you looked.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm glad you looked.
I've
have you got
looked.
your son to do the wheel now? Have you really lost interest in it that for month 3?
Put it this way: I wrote on a sticker earlier, and I wrote the words Astro's Playroom, and
Yep.
I put it on the wheel, and I've just I knew it was there, but because you've asked me
To confirm it,
I've
I have
looked- I've
asked you
looked
to
again.
confirm it. To be fair,
I've
and
looked
thank you for
again to
confirming
confirm.
that. Yeah, it is definitely
it's
worth
still there.
confirming. Brilliant. And obviously, you set a high bar last month of the wheel. We warned
Don't
you
peek too early.
don't peak too early. But I think the audience will be expecting that to have been a double bluff. So, can you please, Dave?
Should we call it a triple bluff? Is there such a
That
thing?
depends on what you're going to show
What?
us.
Or is that a
So
single bluff?
come on, Dave. Dave, please film this. I can't wait. What could possibly has he done?
Oh, I hope it's dancing girls coming out. And
Well, let's. Wow.
I mean, it is a
No,
lot
no.
of pressure to do. Just to remind you, while drunk, you did what is the exact
Slow
quote?
slow
Stuart?
upward curve. I said slow upward
yeah,
curve.
he did say, don't worry, boys, I've got a full 12 months planned. That's what
He
he
did
said.
say that.
I did
You
say
did,
that.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
This
did.
is the
And there is
problem with
recorded
getting
evidence.
so utterly drunk on the podcast, Dave, is you can't remember
So
what
you know
you
what,
say.
Dave? You're not just lying to us. You're lying to our audience and our demographic.
I apologise to all 45 to 59-year-old men out there. I'm sorry, men. I'm sorry, middle-aged men.
Okay, Dave. Reveal the wheel.
Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Let's reveal the wheel. Reveal. Reveal that wheel. Let's reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Reveal. Oh no.
box.
If it's a bottle of Aldi cider stuck to it, that would be enough to simplify it.
That's all it is.
Is that what you just
No,
done?
what I've done.
The integrity of the wheel has fallen.
What have you done?
I've used current affairs as inspiration for the wheel this month.
Okay, fair enough. Don't tell me you've spent. Have you got £10,000 from Tory donors to upgrade the wheel?
No, I've combined two of the stories in the news.
Okay.
Oh, go on, here we go.
Here we go.
To great effect.
The wheel of Boris, the wheel of Cummings,
It's a very slow moving camera pang.
Is it?
Fuck is
What?
that?
So I'm going to move it closer. So I've combined
Hang on,
two
can we try and
stories.
guess what it
Is
is?
that Cummins?
Okay.
Is that
Yeah,
Cummins on
there,
top?
yeah.
It,
Oh, okay.
it's a. Is it come?
It looks like a
Is
turd.
it? Is it a Wookiee's body? No. What is the what? So that says the wheel.
Shall I-
The wheel of what?
Well, it's the Wheel of Games. It's back to being the Wheel of Games.
Is that Prince?
Oh, that's Prince Philip.
Philip.
Oh, it's on Zoom. It's a really bad quality, and we can't tell what it is.
Oh, it's Prince Philip.
It's Prince Philip.
Okay.
And Prince Philip is lifting the European Super League Cup.
Right. It says I don't believe it. What's the reference?
It does say I don't believe it, yes. So what Prince Philip doesn't believe...
He's not Victor Meldrew. What's it got to do with Victor Meldrew?
No. What Prince Philip doesn't believe that somebody has actually released a game for the PS5.
Right.
Which I've got to move back over here because I'm going to get back to that.
I mean, it's
Oh, no, I need to
shoddy,
leave
but
that.
it's strangely satisfying. I mean, it's utterly bizarre.
Well, I've gone for the current
It's
affairs
fucking weird,
angle.
Dave.
Is what was?
It is.
Mate, you want to try being a member of my family, looking at this every month,
Are you on
and thinking
drugs?
what the my kids looking at it, thinking what the fuck is my dad
But
doing?
what's the I don't believe it joke, Dave?
Because he doesn't believe that someone's released a game for the PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Duane talks about it earlier. Returnal, somebody has actually made a game for the PlayStation 5 and released it.
I mean, tenuous links to, but yeah, all very good, all very good. Right.
Does it still spin?
Let's get.
Do you want to see how it spins? Of course, it still spins. Do you
No,
want to see how it
no. We
spins?
just,
Yeah.
we just
Let's
want
just-
to...
yeah.
No, let's just do it.
Let's just
Like
choose.
that.
Let's choose.
Okay, so let's remind everyone what's on the wheel, please, Dave.
So, right, so the 5 games on the wheel, we've got Injustice 2, which is Stu's pick, is still there. Tetraminos, which is Duane's pick, is still there. We've got Astro's Playroom, which is also Duane's pick, which is a new entry. Dirt 4, which is James's pick, is still on there. And the last of Duane's picks, because he's got 3 on there now.
Fuck's sake.
Duane owns 60% of the wheel of
60%
games.
of the wheel, and do we think one of Dwayne's is coming up? No,
It'll
it
be
will be
Dirt
Dirt
fucking
4,
four.
won't it?
No, it won't be if I've done my job properly, boys, if you know what I mean. Right, so let's have a spin and see what
Spin
happens.
that wheel.
Spin it.
3, 2, 1.
God.
It
Spin.
still spins
Ooh,
nicely.
it still
action.
has integrity.
Look at
It
that
does.
action.
Look at that.
Look at that
It's
action.
Down,
nice. It's
there we
going
go.
up. Not Dirt 4.
Look at it.
Not Dirt 4.
Oh, it's
Oh,
no!
no. Oh, no. That's the... Yeah, fair enough.
The
And
wheel has
Duane.
spoken.
You've got 3 weeks to actually nail down a structure
Yeah,
to that
I've got an idea
properly.
of how it's going to work.
No last
No,
minute
I think
nonsense.
I've got a good idea of how
Right.
that's going to work. So, cool.
Well, there you go.
Is that the first game you've
Yeah.
had picked, Duane?
Excellent. Okay, so
Right, so you're going to
No.
win next month then.
he's got to have a chance. He's setting the goddamn rules. He's got to have a chance to get some points on the board. Anyway, I think everyone will be rooting for you, Duane, to get some points on the board, and everyone will be booing James to fail miserably. So all that remains is for us to pass over to Stu to do his housekeeping. And we'll see you next time. Stu?
Hello. Right. Obviously, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, all there. Just search for TheLoggBox. Log double G. LOGG box. And then you'll find us there. So send us emails, send us thoughts, comments, ideas on what you want us to do or not do. And just push our name about a bit if you don't mind. I want to get to 100 subs on YouTube purely because I want a decent name instead of this bullshit there at the top of the channel. But apart from that, that's it. We're all there. Just search for the Logbox on Google and we're at the top of the list. So all good. Over to you.
Please like and subscribe. And subscribe.
I just
Yes,
want a nice
please.
name.
Like and subscribe.
Excellent. Okay, that's it for another month, guys. It's been a good month. As much as we all hated Overcooked in the beginning, I think we hate it slightly less. And now on to hating Astrobot. So that's great. Right. Thanks for listening, guys. See you later. Have a good gaming month. Goodbye.
Play ball.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Overcooked.
Overcooked. I've seen that film.
I bet you have.